Yet another brazen attack, and this one comes out of Chicago. Now on Halloween night, a father and daughter stepped out of their car in front of their own home. Within seconds, an armed suspect appears. Let's break that video down. Now I want you to watch what happens when the suspect comes from an alleyway across the street. Pay attention to how fast this unfolds. Absolutely no warning, no chance to react. Let's watch it, and I'll walk you through with what's happening. Father and daughter exit the vehicle. They're focused on getting inside, exactly what any parent would be doing in this scenario. The suspect runs from the alleyway across the street. The parked car blocks the father's sightline completely. By the time he sees the threat, there's already a gun in his face. He gets pistol whipped. His daughter witnesses everything. 3 suspects total. 1 takes the car. Others search for belongings, and then they're gone. No masks, middle of the evening, and they didn't even care about being identified. Now here's what everyone watching this is thinking. What do I do if this happens to me? Well, let's walk through it because the answer might not be what you expect. If you're carrying concealed, you're already behind. There's a gun on you before you even registered the threat. Going for your weapon now turns a carjacking into a shootout with your kid standing right there. That's not a gamble you want to take. And here's why the suspect already has the tactical advantage. His gun's out, aimed, finger potentially on the trigger. You would be going from a concealed position to drawn to aimed. That's a 2 to 3 second process when you're calm at the range. Now add adrenaline, fear for your child, and the chaos of this moment. The math doesn't work in your favor. Even if you're fast, even if you're trained, this isn't the scenario where you draw. Now, what about situational awareness? Everybody says stay aware. And look, I'm a big believer in awareness. I talk about it constantly in my videos. But here's the reality. You're a parent, getting your kid out of the car. You're probably focused on them, their belongings, and making sure that they don't drop their backpack or run out into the street. Your attention is split between what's in your hands and who's in your care. And even if you were scanning the surroundings like you're supposed to, the suspect came from behind the parked vehicle, 4 seconds from appearance to a gun in your face. Could you have seen him earlier? Maybe. Maybe you noticed the movement across the street and your instinct kicks in. But with a vehicle blocking your sightline and your focus on your daughter, the odds of catching this before it's too late are slim. So what's the answer? You comply. That's what this father did, and that's why he and his daughter walked away from this. The car didn't, but cars can be replaced. This isn't about being tough. It's about being smart. Your life and your kid's life are worth more than your vehicle, your wallet, and whatever they want. Give it to them and walk away. Now, some of you are thinking, what if they want more than the car? What if compliance doesn't work? Now, these are fair questions and need to be answered, and that's why your judgment in the moment matters. If they're demanding property, comply. If the situation escalates beyond that, and if they're trying to take you or your child, that changes the calculation. But in this scenario, they wanted the car, they got the car, and they left. That's the outcome you want. Now, does that mean you never prepare? Absolutely not. Carry if you're trained and licensed. That option needs to be available to you. Just know when not to use it. Stay aware when you can. Make it a habit to scan when you're getting in and out of your vehicle. Park in well-lit areas. And trust your gut if something feels off. These are all things that stack the odds in your favor. But also understand that sometimes things happen faster than you can react. And in those moments, compliance keeps you alive. The hard truth about incidents like this is they're becoming more common. Brazen attacks in broad daylight. Suspects don't care whether or not they're being identified. No masks, no attempt to conceal. That tells you something about the risk calculation they're making. They either don't think they'll get caught or they don't care. And that should inform how you respond. You're not dealing with someone who's scared or hesitant. You're dealing with someone who's committed. Now, if you're a parent watching this, I want to hear from you. How would you handle this situation? Would you do things differently? Drop your thoughts below. Let's have a real conversation about this. Real incidents, real decisions. That's what we break down here. Subscribe if you want more of these, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.